Hi, my name is Lynn Garling. I work for the Pennsylvania Integrated Pest Management Program, and our job is to help you manage to control pests in the home safely and effectively. So what I'd like to talk to you about today is a little bit about safe use of chemicals. Now, as you know, before you ever do anything, you need to be sure that you've identified the pest accurately, because if you're doing the wrong thing for the wrong pest, that's obviously not going to work. So we have ways that you can identify common household pests. We have a publication called Common Household Pests, and this is available on our website at PAIPM. But meantime, let's say you have a pest issue in your home and you think you might need to use a chemical for these pests. Which is the safest chemical that you can choose? Now, as you can see in front of me, I have a number of different kind of products that you can find on the shelf. But before you even get into the details of looking at every little product, you have to ask yourself, when you use a pesticide, which one of these chemicals is most likely to get on me or pose a danger to my children who might accidentally drink it or spill it and that kind of thing. So if you just ask that question, you can instantly improve the safety of using these products in your home. First of all, everything on this side of the line right here, all of these get dispersed into the air as droplets, liquid. The tops can be taken off. The sprays can actually accidentally be set off. So all of these instantly pose more risk. So I'll move them to one side. We'll talk about them in a minute. Then these chemicals over here, which may have the exact same contents, but are in a formulation, as we call it, they're packaged in a way that makes it safer to have around the home and use for children. So for example, or use in the home where you have children. So for example, here we have boric acid dust, which is an excellent control for cockroaches and that sort of thing. Here we have a gel bait, which is applied in little tiny drops on near areas where roaches are. And then we have a bait trap where the insect will enter inside of the trap and take the bait away, and so they die someplace else. None of these things are dispersed into the air or able to be accidentally ingested easily by children. So we recommend, if you have a pest that the solution can include a pesticide, these are the way to go compared to these. Now, when using any pesticide, regardless of the formulation, whether it's one of these or one of these, one of the things you want to do before you ever buy it is, when you're in the store, very carefully read the label. As you can see on here, there are a lot of detailed instructions, and even on the front, it will tell you more information about the different types of chemicals that are inside of here. Sometimes this can be very daunting, like trying to read a label can be somewhat confusing. So at Penn State, there are also publications available that help you understand how to read these labels. They're available free online. Here's an example of one, which is Reading a Pesticide Label, and that's available at Penn State on the website at PAIPM. So there's a whole series of these that you can use to educate yourself better before you use any chemicals. Also, we advise that any chemicals that are going to be stored in the home should be stored up high, at least 4 feet above the ground, with a locked cabinet of some sort, something locked, because you know how kids are, they can get into anything. So they will quickly do that while your back is turned. So you want to make sure all these chemicals are kept locked up. And most kids are starting to recognize the Mr. Yuck sticker. So if you have anything yucky in your house, it could be household bleach or pesticides or cleaners of other kinds, grab a group of these Mr. Yuck stickers and stick them all over and teach the children what they mean. Lastly, it's very important to have the Poison Control Center number near your phone. If something happens in your home where a child may accidentally ingest a chemical, you want to keep the original container, never put it in a different container, because if the child accidentally ingests this, you're going to want to call that number immediately, and they will ask you for information on the label of the chemical. If you've kept that in its proper container, that may save the life of your child. So keep that number handy and try to kick pests out using the safest methods, not the most risky methods.